Recently, I walked into a gas station thinking I had my carry setup locked. Good belt, decent holster, proven pistol. I reached for my wallet and the grip flashed out like a damn billboard. Guy at the next pump clocked it. Not scared. Just that look like nice job, genius. My face got hot because I knew what it meant. If I can't keep a gun hidden doing normal life, I sure as hell don't trust it when things get weird. So, yeah, most pistols don't make it. Not because they're bad, because carry turns small problems into constant ones. That's the filter. Not best on paper, not internet trophies, real carry, sweat, seat belts, rush draws, lazy grips, cheap shirts, long days where you stop babysitting it. Every CCW pistol in this list earned a spot by costing me pride first. And the one sitting at number 1, I pushed it hard trying to catch it slipping. I still don't like what that says about me. Early this year, right when it started warming up, I got stubborn about one thing. I was done carrying anything that felt thick. I wanted slim, light. Something I forgot was even on me. Slow afternoon at the shop, I handled the usual ultra-compact hype pieces. They felt great for about 10 seconds. Then I noticed the HKCC9 sitting off to the side like it got benched on purpose. Not pushed, not highlighted, just there. I picked it up mostly to prove it was the compromise. Next morning, I ran it cold on a timer. Buzzer, draw, first shot, clean. Second, clean. Third, clean. The gun didn't hop, didn't twist, didn't force a regrip. My support hand stayed where I put it. That pissed me off because I wasn't doing anything special and it still looked like I was. So I grabbed the smaller gun I almost bought and ran the same string. Buzzer, draw. The grip shifted a hair on the second shot. Just enough to throw the third low. Not bad, not a malfunction, just that tiny penalty you pay when a gun's only superpower is disappearing. My ego dropped right there. I wasn't choosing comfort, I was choosing extra work. And if your easy carry gun keeps making you work harder than you admit, that trade starts feeling stupid real fast. I still won't say the CC9 vanishes on you. It doesn't. You feel it more than the tiny stuff. But now, every time I reach for easy carry, I hear that buzzer in my head. And I don't like what comes after it. CZ P10S rode on my belt like a for now gun. That's what I called it, so I didn't have to admit I liked it. Small enough to hide, yeah, but I expected the usual tax. That snappy little shove, that constant micro-fixing, the stupid regrip you do without realizing you're doing it. Then one day I was climbing in and out of the truck, shirt twisted up, belt half-cocked, hands full of crap. I went to clear the cover garment, and my grip came in wrong enough that with most small guns, that first shot turns into a miss you pretend didn't happen. My stomach did that drop. I brought the P10S up anyway, and it didn't fall apart. It didn't wobble in my hand. It didn't start that frantic get back on track dance. The sights stayed where they should have been, like the gun was ignoring my mistake on purpose. Second shot landed right behind it. And standing there, I realized I'd been putting up with something dumb for way too long, calling it carry reality when it was just me settling. I didn't have to fix this one either. No parts list, no ritual. It just acted like a real gun. Only downside, that texture can chew you raw if you carry it hard all day. So, if you're tired of fixing your grip every time things aren't perfect, this is where you stop making excuses. And after living with that, I started looking at the rest of my setup like it was lying to me. The next one made that feeling worse. Honestly, I benched the SIG P365 X-Macro on purpose, not because it failed, because it felt like too much gun for concealed carry. Longer grip, more round, it felt like I was getting cocky. So I downsized and told myself it was discipline. The grown man move. 2 days later, my body started tattling on me. In the truck, my hip kept rolling the gun around. Standing up, I'd tug my belt. Walking into a store, my hand would drift down there like I was checking if my fly was open. Not big adjustments, those tiny automatic ones you don't notice until you catch yourself doing it again. Then it almost got loud. I bent to grab something off a low shelf, and my shirt rode up just enough. My hand snapped down fast to cover it, and my face got hot because that move is louder than the gun. That's how people notice. Panic first. That night, I threw the X-Macro back on out of irritation. Nothing moved. Driving, standing, sitting, same spot, no constant corrections. What I missed wasn't more gun. I missed not thinking about my gun at all. If you keep adjusting your carry gun all day without realizing it, this is the one that makes you wonder why you've been tolerating that. The longer grip snitches. One dumb shirt, and it reminds you quick. I stopped carrying it because it felt like too much. Now I think I just got comfortable carrying less and calling the fidgeting normal. Last month I stopped by a cleaner shop, the kind with bright cases and everything up like it's already been did for you. I wasn't even planning to look at the Glock 43XS, but there it was, front row, almost like it didn't need it. Guy next to me first could smell it, points at it and goes, "Lie, that's the one. Glock, slim, optic ready, easy." I didn't pitch. He unlocked, set it down, and let the kid hold it. Then he reached out and tapped the mag knuckle, tick, like he was ringing a bell. "Easy to carry," he says. "Depends what you're okay giving up." Buyer goes. The counter guy doesn't say a number, holds the mag up in the light, let's do the math, and then adds, "Snappier than people admit." That pause changed the whole room. That's where safe pick turns. So I took a 43 XMOS out back, ran a cold draw drill, no warm-up, first rep ugly. It ran. That's the problem. It works well enough to make people ignore asks back. I pushed the pace, the gun barked, sight, and my second leaked out wide. The kid set it down, hand hovered, pulled back. I still don't know if that was Last year in Florida, I clipped on the Ruger RXM before breakfast. Not because I loved it, because I didn't feel like spending the whole day managing a gun in sweat and seatbelts. My buddy saw the RXM and got cocky with his tiny pistol. Kept saying, "This is all you need down here. Small, light, simple." He said it like the conversation was over. Florida reopened it. By late morning, his small and light started acting like it didn't want to stay put. Shirt stuck to him. Holster shifted a hair every time he sat down. Every stop became the same routine. Thumb tug, belt yank, palm press. He wasn't carrying a gun, he was carrying a problem he had to keep quiet. Meanwhile, the RXM just sat there. Same spot getting in the truck, same spot getting out. No constant hand checks, no hovering, nothing to fix every 10 minutes. If your carry setup turns into something you have to babysit all day just to keep it hidden, this is where that problem starts looking stupid. Well, then he gave himself away in a store aisle. He crouched, shirt rode up, and his hand snapped down hard to cover it. Fast enough to look guilty. He stood up and went quiet because he knew what that looked like. That's when the Ruger RXM earned this spot. Not by being comfortable, by not training you to panic in public. And the next one, that one didn't make me fidget. It made me get careless. Early January, out in Texas, at a rough little camp spot. Burnt coffee, cedar smoke and everything. Cold enough that your hands feel stupid. My buddies roll up and one of them has a Walther PDP Compact on as his carry gun. I saw it and I said it out loud like an asshole. That's a range gun, too chunky for CCW. Nobody argued. That's what made it worse. They just looked at me like, okay, you'll see. Morning dragged on, in and out of the truck, moving gear, walking around camp, checking a spot near the tree line. I kept waiting for him to do the usual tells. Belt hitch, shirt tug. That little pause where a gun reminds you it exists. Nothing. He moved normal. Meanwhile, I'm the one thinking about his gun every 5 minutes, trying to catch it being too much. That's when I realized I'd been judging like a spec sheet clown. Later, we put a few rounds through it. Cold hands. No warm-up pride. Grip made sense immediately. Trigger broke cleaner than I wanted. Follow-ups came fast without that tiny gunfight where you're constantly regripping, like you're negotiating. I didn't respect the PDP Compact enough, and that was my mistake. If you actually train with what you carry, this is a buy. If your easy carry pick makes you dread practice, you already chose wrong. Yeah, it's bigger than some people want to dress around. I walk back to the truck grinning like I didn't just talk shit an hour earlier. After I got this gun in my hand, the first week with the FN 509 MRD, I stopped checking my gear like an idiot. That gun hits your hand and it feels finished right now. Aggressive grip. Controls feel locked. Optics ready out of the box. No project gun energy. No little rough edge that keeps you alert. It feels like you skipped steps. So I treated it like the work was over. Most carry setups keep you honest because something nags at you. Something makes you adjust, question, refine how you carry it. The 509 MRD doesn't nag. It sits there like it already proved itself, and that's where my confidence got ahead of my habits. I started walking around on autopilot. Less attention to the little things, less double-check brain. More, we're good. And concealed carry never gets to be, we're good. Not permanently. Not even close. That's how it almost costs you. Nothing dramatic. No gun failure. Just you moving through the day, convinced you're dialed, while your process quietly slips. The FN 509 MRD earns a spot on this list because it feels complete the moment you touch it. Just don't let that feeling put you to sleep. And the next one didn't let me sleep. It got under my skin on purpose. Steve, which Springfield would you pick for concealed carry? Dusty range outside San Angelo. Afternoon heat cooking everybody's patience down to nothing. Some junior shooter asked me that like it was a simple question. I almost dodged it because the honest answer came up in my throat and I didn't like it. Hellcat Pro. That gun irritated me for a stupid reason. I kept wanting it to get disqualified. I kept wanting one of my complaints to finally knock it out. And every time I tried to treat it like it didn't belong, it stayed standing there anyway. He told me he wanted something small. Small is where a lot of concealed carry mistakes start, I said. And I put the Hellcat Pro in his hands. No speech, no specs. Just load it, shoot it. His first few shots looked like a normal new guy work. Then it tightened up. Not because he suddenly got good, because he stopped fighting the gun. He wasn't doing that constant little hand shuffle every few rounds. He wasn't making that face people make when they pretend recoil isn't bad. He just ran it, and standing there watching him, I hated how clear it was. The Hellcat Pro still annoyed me. It still had stuff I didn't love, but the part I couldn't ignore was this. Every time I tried to talk myself out of it, somebody else picked it up. And it behaved like it belonged on their belt. Last month, I was in a little shop off a county road past Waco. I stopped for ammo and planned to be gone in 10 minutes. Owner's restocking the handgun case, and I watched him set a Taurus G3C right next to pistols that cost a lot more. My face did that thing before I could stop it. That automatic little, come on, man, look. He saw it and laughed, said, "That one pays bills because people actually carry it." And I hated how true that sounded. The G3C isn't smooth. It isn't pretty. It doesn't give you that premium gun feeling when you pick it up. It feels like a tool that didn't get invited to the fancy table. The trigger doesn't flirt with you. The finish doesn't impress you. It makes you uncomfortable because you want a carry gun to feel like a purchase, not a compromise. But concealed carry doesn't care about your feelings. What matters is simple. It hides easy, it shoots straight enough, it runs enough, and it's priced where people stop making excuses and actually get armed. That's the ugly part. Some better guns start looking overpriced when the real job is. Carry it every day, shoot it enough to stay honest, and don't leave it in the drawer because you're scared to scuff it. The G3C doesn't win refinement wars. It wins the war where people quit talking and start carrying. And the one above this, that's the gun a lot of folks land on after they're done learning lessons the expensive way. The Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus hit number 1 the week I stopped dressing around carry, because most people didn't buy one carry gun. They bought 3 mistakes. First gun, then the fix, then the okay this time gun. Add holsters, belts, drawer junk, and suddenly you didn't spend money on protection. You spent money on a hobby you didn't ask for. So I ran a simple rule on myself. No carry outfit, no mirror ritual, no special belt rescue. If the gun couldn't ride with my real clothes, gym shorts, thin t-shirt, regular errands, in and out of the truck, it didn't get carried. Period. I wanted the Shield Plus to cough up an excuse. Too small, too snappy. Micro tax. Something. It didn't. It hid without turning me into that guy tugging his shirt every 5 minutes. And when I shot it after work, it didn't feel like I was paying for concealment with misery. It shot like a real gun. Normal. Repeatable. The kind of normal that makes you load just one more mag instead of packing up. It's the reason why people get weirdly obsessed with the Shield Plus. It ends the almost right cycle. And once excuses run out, you either carry it or you admit you never really planned to. That's what the only means here. No filler, no sympathy pics. If it carried like a pain in the ass, printed, bit me, or made me second guess it at night, it didn't belong, no matter how famous the logo was. And yeah, a few of these still bug me. Some feel boring, some feel ugly. One feels like it shouldn't beat what it beat, but they stayed. When I stopped treating them gently, they didn't fold. Now tell me the truth in the comments. What CCW gun did you regret buying? And what was the exact moment it lost you? I'm Steve. Don't defend it with specs. Tell me what it did to you.